Hey, this is your hillbilly historian coming to you from the hills of East Tennessee and Appalachia, where we bring you honesty, logic, common sense, truth, integrity, and the American way, whatever that means. I was raised on truth, justice, and the American way. Kids today, Hollywood today makes a movie about Superman, they won't even mention truth, justice, and the American way. Because they want to sell this movie to Japanese and people afraid to piss somebody off. They're not proud. They don't even know what the American way is. It's life, liberty, and property. Ownership of property. Stuff you don't have anywhere else in this world. Hey. But anyway, today I want to talk about another lady that is really, really, really special. In fact, let me give you her name first. Hedy Lamarr. You've probably heard of her, or read about her, or seen a movie about her, or seen a movie she starred in. Some people said she was the most beautiful woman ever in the history of the world. But beauty is a subjective evaluation. And, I dated the most beautiful girl in the world when I was in college. We were engaged for a little while, but we never got married. We went on our separate ways. But she was the most beautiful girl. I always thought she was a spitting image of Natalie Wood. In fact, I thought she was more beautiful than Natalie Wood. But anyway, beauty is a subjective evaluation, and Hedy Lamarr was said by some to be the most beautiful woman that ever lived. Her greatest movie, I think, was Samson and Delilah, where she played Delilah, I think Victor Mature played Samson, and she cut his hair, and it grew back. He was able to collapse the temple around all the residents. But anyway, Hedy Lamarr was born in Austria. She was Austrian, and she was making movies when she was 17, 18 years old there in Austria. And then she married one of the wealthiest men in Austria. He was a manufacturer who made military weapons. So he and Adolf Hitler became real close friends, and they would have big dinners, and he would show Hedy Lamarr off, his young bride, and she hated it. She grew to dislike him and everything having to do with his business. She didn't like the Nazis at all, and she planned an escape from Austria and her husband, and she did. She got away. She made it to England. She got her divorce authorized, then moved to the United States, became an actress in Hollywood. And let me tell you something. This was one of the most brilliant women that's ever lived. God knows what her IQ was. It had to be up around somewhere between 160, 175, 200, up in that range. She invented frequency shifting. Tried to sell it to U.S. Navy. And you know what? They were too stupid to understand how it worked and what it was. But that frequency shifting is what makes Wi-Fi work today. That's one of the basic elements of modern communication. Frequency, being able to shift frequencies and jump around and have stuff working all over the place. Without Hedy Lamarr and her invention, and I think she held the patent on it, frequency shifting. Finally, the U.S. Navy woke up after World War II, and they adopted that frequency shifting. So when they fire torpedo now at you, they can guide that torpedo and the frequency shift around to where you can't block the frequency. So it's some of that really great American technology. The people in America come from different countries. They invent stuff here because they get to own it here. And it becomes their property and they get to profit by it. But now Hedy Lamarr really never made any money off the patent and the idea of frequency shifting. If she had any children, I don't think she did, but if she had, they should be getting royalties on all the Wi-Fi units and all the smartphones and everything that operates because of Hedy Lamarr. Without her and her brain and her genius in the American free market system, we wouldn't have all this great stuff. Just fantastic discoveries, advancements, and everything. As long as we can maintain this free market system, keep the communists and the socialists and the Democrat Party out of the way, mankind is going to advance into the new age. And it's amazing what we're going to be able to do. It just, but we got to get these lazy, no-brain, woke communists, Democrats out of the way. I just wish they'd go away. Go live in China or North Korea or Cuba somewhere. But Trump's going to take care of Cuba. But anyway, this is about Hedy Lamarr, one of the greatest minds in the world ever. And she really did bring America into the modern age. All you kids going around out there with smartphones and iPhones and all this stuff and using AI and all that, it's possible because of Hedy Lamarr, who was an American actress and one of the most beautiful ever. And just a brilliant person. And she got out of Nazism early, got out away from an oppressive husband early, and she was able to do things that she wanted to do and live her life, not being told every move to make. And her genius sprung forth and flowered, and gave us technology that makes modern living possible today, modern communications possible. Really great, wonderful person, Hedy Lamarr. And this is your hillbilly historian signing off from the hills of East Tennessee and Appalachia.